Welcome back to the channel everyone. So in today's video we will discuss about collections and generics in Java. So let's begin. First of all, the collection in Java is a framework that provides architecture to store and manipulate the group of objects. Now a collection represents a single unit of objects as a group, and basically we use collections when the size of our data is not fixed, or in other words when we want to expand or shrink the size. Now, what generic says? So we use generics to limit the type of data. Basically, we specify the specific data type with collection. So we can merge generics with collection. Generic is used with collection to specify specific data type, that what type of data that collection accept. Okay. Now, next is Java collection framework provides many interfaces and classes. Now, some of interfaces are list, set, queue, and dequeue, and some classes are array list, linked list, priority queue, hash set, linked hash set, and tree set. Now, here is the syntax of collections without generics. So here I have used array list class. So how to use it? First of all, specify the array list, then the object name equals to new, and then again array list. And if I want to add the value into this array list, I have to use add function. So first of all, specify the object name, then dot add, and then your value. Now this value of any type. Okay, this value can be of any type because we have not used generics here yet. So we can specify any type of value here, and if we write the collection with generics, so this is the syntax with generics. So the thing is same, the only difference is we have to use this data type. What we have to do, we have to write array list, then we have to use this angular brackets, and within that we have to specify the type of data this collection will accept. Okay, then the object name equals to new array list, and again we have to specify the type within these angular brackets, and then complete these brackets and semicolon. So that's how we can create the object of collections with generics, and we add the value in the same way we add without generics. Okay, list dot add and value. Now the limitation is here the value must be of integer type because we have specified integer here. Okay, so let me show you the program now so that you got the better idea. So here I have collection underscore generic class and the main method, and you have to import this java.util.star package. Now the thing is, generally if you want to store the bunch of data, what we used array. So if we used array, what we write, integer array equals to new and integer, and within these brackets we generally specify the size. Okay, now what we do, we initialize the array elements one by one or using loop, but the limitation here is we cannot access the sixth index element because the size is 5, and because the size is fixed, the array has the limitation now that it cannot contain more than 5 values, right? So the solution of this problem is collections. So basically in collection we can expand or shrink the size of collection as per our requirement. How? So let me show you the same array list example here. So to create array list, write array list, then list equals to new, and then array list. Okay, so our object is created, and now if I want to add the value, I have to use the add function. So object name dot add, and here you can specify your value. For example 1, this is the integer value. Let's say I want to add also another value. Let's say I want to add string a here. Okay, I can do that because I have not specified generics yet. So if I print these values, if I print these from .out.println, and let's say I want to print this list. If I run the program, as you can see, we got the output here. You can see we got the list. First element is 1 and second is string a, but we got not here, and not says unchecked or unsafe operations because we have not used generics yet. Okay, so this is how we create a simple collection. But now if we want to use generics with this collection, so what we have to do, we have to write angular brackets here, and then we have to specify the data type here, that what type of data these collections will accept. So let's say I want to specify the integer here. I want to have the data of integer type, and here also you have to specify the integer. Okay, so now we used collection with the generics. So now if I run the program, as you can see, it throws an error, and the error says string cannot be converted to integer because we have specified integer data type here, and now we cannot pass any type of data. We have to pass only integer type of data. So let's say I write 2 here, then it will not throw an error. And as you can see, now it not displays us that not that we just seen. The note says that your operation is not safe, right? So now we do not got that not because we used generics here. So that's how the program works, and here we got the output, which is the list of elements, and the elements is 1 and 2. Now let me show you one more thing here. So let's use another class. Let's use hash set here. Okay, and let's say hs is the object name equals to new and hash set and complete. And if I want to add the same thing, hs dot add and 1 hs dot 1 here 5 and hs dot add, say for example 6 here. Okay, let's say I want to add these values to the list, and if I run the program, you can see, okay, let me print the values also so that you can see the output. So if I write hs here, and now if I run the program, as you can see, we again got that not, and the not says unsafe operations. That is because we have not used generics with this hash set. Okay, but we got the list here or set here. Okay, so let me first specify here the data type. So integer, for example, and again here we have to specify integer after this hash set. Now yeah, there is one thing you need to know, that if you want that I don't want to write again integer here, you can do that. Okay, because it is supported. If you remove these both things from here, just specify these angular brackets, then this will also work, because we have already specified integer data type here. So it is quite obvious that it accepts only integer data type. So we have to just write angular brackets here. If you want that you don't want that again, and you don't want to write integer again and again, then you can specify simply angular brackets here. Okay, so done. Now if I run the program now, as you can see, we got first list which says 1 and 2, which is our array list, and this is 5 and 6, which is our hash set. Now you might be wondering that what's the difference between both. So the difference is this array list will contain the duplicate values, and this hash set will not contain any type of duplicate values. And the second difference is this array list maintains the sequence of data, and this hash set will not maintain the sequence. Now what do I mean by that? And the first point is this array list can contain duplicate values. So let me show you what I mean by that. If I want to add 1 again here, so as you can see 1 occurs 2 times, so it is duplication of data. So if I run the program, as you can see we got 1 2 and 1 occurs 2 times, so it can contain the duplicate data. But if I write in set here add, and if I write 5 again here, so as you can see now 5 occurs 2 times. But now if I run the program, so as you can see our set contains 5 and 6 only, it not contains again 5, because set eliminates duplicate data automatically. So even if we specified 5 2 times, it will contain 5 only 1 time, because it eliminates duplicate data. Okay, so that's the difference between both. So let me remove the lines here. Now let me show you one more thing here. Let's create a map here. So let's create hash map hm equals to new hash map, So now what this map do, so basically we use key and value pair concepts here. Key and value pair concept. Now what this key and value pair concept means that we specify the value to the key, and when we want to access that value we have to use the key associated with this value. Now what I mean by that, we have to specify the type of key here first of all. So let's say type of key is a string here. Okay, type of key is string and type of value is integer. Let's say I want this, and here we have to specify angular brackets. Done. Now in order to put data into hash set we have to use put function. So hm.put, and within this we have to specify two things. First is our key, and our key is of string type, so we have to use this quotes, and within this we can specify our key. So let's say I specify value 1 as a key and comma operator, and here we have to provide our value, let's say 10. Let's put another value, so put, and inside that let's say my second key is value 2 and second value is 20. So now if I print this, so system.out.println, and if I print this hash map here, okay, so as you can see we got two values. Here is our key which is the value 1 and 10, and here is our second key which is value 2 and 20. Okay, so that's how hash map works, that if we want to access the value by key, at that time we use hash map here. Okay, so it will store the key and value pair. Okay, so that's all about collection and generics. Now you might be wondering that if I run the program, you might note that we got the complete lists here. Okay, now what to do if we want single elements? So we can do that using iterator, and I will explain this iterator in my very next video. So if you have any doubts in today's video, you can ask me in the comment section below. If you do like the video, please hit the like button and please subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned. Thank you.